Hello and welcome to Library Connection. I'm Mandy Cantrell. I'm the Youth Services Director at the B.B. Comer Library, and the Library Board and the staff join me in thanking TV47 for allowing us to showcase our service to the greater Sylacauga area and community. Today my guest is Rachel Pinson. Well, I'm very tickled to have you on the show, Rachel. Thank you. Thank you. She's an attorney here in town and has been involved in a lot of things. And one thing I'll mention right now, since we're winding up our summer, is Rachel was one of our summer reading sponsors. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We had a fabulous summer. We're about to wrap everything up and get ready for school now, but thank you so much again for being here with me too.
You're welcome, and I'm glad to be here.
Good, good. Well, Rachel is an attorney here in town, involved in several things at the library that, I've seen you there for meetings and things, as well as working here. But before we get into all of that, tell me about yourself, Rachel. Where were you born and grew up, things like that?
I was born and raised in Childersburg. Both my parents are from Childersburg, and we've actually lived in Sylacauga now for an entire year.
Oh, good. Down the road from Childersburg, just a little ways.
Yeah, but we had moved off, and we've been back in Talladega County for about 6 years now.
Okay.
So we were in Childersburg, and then now moved to Sylacauga.
Okay. Now you said we. Who is we?
So my husband is Adam Pinson. He is actually from Pinson, Alabama.
Oh.
And we have a 2-year-old daughter, Caroline.
Oh, now we see Caroline quite often. She's up y'all are up checking out books with her. So that's something we'll talk about a little bit later. Her favorite book. That's great. So you grew up in Childersburg and went to school. I know you said you went to boarding school.
Well, I went to school in a couple of the area schools, and then in 11th grade, I went to the Alabama School of Math and Science, which is a public residential high school. Math and Science it focuses on math and science, so I of course majored in music there.
Oh, oh my goodness, that's so funny.
And then I went to the University of Alabama, got a political science degree, and then straight on to the University of Alabama Law School, where I got my Juris Doctorate.
Wow, Juris Doctorate. Now
Yes.
Tell me about that. I'm not sure what that is.
It's just the law degree. I can tell people I have a doctorate, and no one believes me. Like, nobody cares.
Oh no. Oh, okay.
They're like, you're a lawyer, you're not a doctor.
Do you have to have that to be a lawyer? Okay.
You do. So it's generally a 3-year degree, and you get that after undergrad.
Oh, that's wonderful. It's wonderful. Well, now I'm going to go back. You said you went to boarding school in the School of Math and Sciences in Mobile?
It is in Mobile.
Correct? How was that, moving out on your own, kind of on your own in the 11th grade? Wow.
I was a hard-headed 16-year-old, so it was a great move for me, actually. Mm-hmm. Gave me a lot of freedom and a lot of responsibility that as a 16-year-old I was certain I was ready for, and I made it.
Oh, you did.
The classes were really hard, but really prepared me for college.
That's great. Well, you must be pretty smart. I know you won't say that, but you have to be, I'm sure, to go there. So met a lot of friends there, I'm sure, and worked hard, a lot of homework, I'm sure.
Lots of homework, lots of classes.
Lots of classes.
Yeah, scheduled like a college situation, so you didn't necessarily have an 8 to 3. I could have classes anytime from 8 in the morning until 5:30 at night.
Oh, that is very much like college. I mean, different hours, and you have to learn to manage your time, don't you?
Absolutely.
I guess. Oh, neat. Then on to Alabama,
UAB.
UAB, okay, in Birmingham, and that was fun. And then on to law school. You just several years there in a row. Seems like you've been in college.
Kindergarten to law school.
Wow.
That's what we say.
Now, what kind of law do you specialize in?
I do juvenile law. I handle delinquencies, dependencies. I also do divorces, child support, custody modifications, and I handle misdemeanors here for the county court. But focus is on juvenile work.
Okay. And you're here in Sylacauga. Your office is here.
I'm on Broadway in Sylacauga.
Okay, good. And I'm sure if anybody needed you to get in touch with you, you're in the phone book or something like that. We could find you.
You can find me
online,
Facebook, Google. Law. The bar's got a website where you can look up all the attorneys.
Okay. Juvenile law. I'm sure that happy and sad. I can see both ends of the spectrum there, but
a lot of both. Absolutely.
Yeah, but something very needed.
because a lot of times we get kids that come in and they're just in terrible situations, but I get to play a role in making sure that they don't stay in that terrible situation, getting them into good homes, helping mama and daddy get them back.
Yeah.
If they've been removed, just get the obstacles out of the way and get those babies back home. So.
That is great.
Depending on the day, I'm either trying to get babies out of the house or put babies back into the house. It just depends on what hat I've put on that day.
That's great. That's great. I know it's a lot of hard work. A lot of hard work.
Yeah.
And now you said Adam teaches at?
Adam teaches at Central Alabama Community College on the Childersburg campus. He teaches history, and he's been there for 6 years now, I believe.
Okay. Very well liked by his students, I hear, because I see some of his students that just absolutely love him.
He is. He's really nice at school.
Oh, come on.
And loud. He yells. He yells like the stereotypical Baptist preacher that you know about.
Yeah.
He says, I got to keep him awake.
Oh, man. Well, I know he means a lot. You said he's always ready to talk to them if they need him. Just a good teacher and a role model, somebody there for them to talk to.
He's somebody that's been through what they're going through. He actually went to Bevel State to a junior college and then transitioned to UAB from there. So he knows exactly what it's like to go to a community college or junior college and then figure out how to continue to make a career path out of it.
That's great.
And his door is just always open.
That is great, because a lot of kids at CAC are going to be there for a while and then move on to a 4-year college, or they're there to get a degree or whatever, whatever. So that's great that he can relate.
Absolutely.
That's fun. And like I said, several of the kids who have him in their class, or who are in his class, I see them at the library. They're friends of my daughters now. Oh, Mr. Pinson, we love Mr. Pinson. That's great. It's wonderful. He has such an influence on them. That's great. And Caroline, your daughter, is 2.
She's 2.
Just as cute as she can be, and loves to read.
She does. Let me read it myself.
Oh, yeah.
She used to let us read to her. Now she wants to get her own books, and she needs to she fought this morning to make sure she could take one to the babysitters.
Okay, good.
So.
Well, I'll tell you, we're going to take a quick break for commercials. We're going to come back and talk a little bit about Caroline's favorite book, which are some of our favorite books, too. Hope you'll join us after the break.
Recycling, it's nothing new, but how many of us actually do it? What's the point? Every time you toss out something that could be recycled, you're throwing away money. Recyclables are valuable, and when items like these are recycled, they are sold to businesses and made into new products. Alabama's recycling industry employs thousands of people, and more recycling equals more jobs, which equals more money put back in your local economy. See, recycling just makes sense. Let us show you how recycling works in and for Alabama.
Hey y'all, Jim Green from TV47. You can now catch us on the internet. We're streaming live at TV47.tv. All of our great programming, whether it's Daybreak with Jimmy Dale, Matt Coulter, and Around the Track with Matt, or I'll be on with Coosa Valley Magazine, and a whole lot more too, right here at TV47, now TV47.tv on the internet. Whatever device, you can watch us right there at TV47.tv.
Becoming a driver can be an exciting time for a teen, but it can also be challenging, and at very worst, deadly. Alabama ranks 5th in the number of teens killed in motor vehicle crashes every year. It's the leading cause of death among 16 to 24-year-olds. Alabama's graduated driver license law places restrictions on young drivers to help ensure their safety. Parents, know the law, enforce the law, and be a good example. Remember, the life you save may be your child's.
Hi, and welcome back to Library Connection. I'm Mandy Cantrell. I'm talking with Rachel Pinson, who is an attorney here in Sylacauga. And some of these books she has up here are some of her daughter's favorites. We're talking about Caroline, who's 2 years old, and I know some of her favorites because she comes to the library to check out books. I'm so glad y'all bring her. That's wonderful. She is just 2 and not reading yet, of course, but she is learning that books are it's a fun activity. Sit and read with mom or dad, and mom who uses funny voices in the books, like every good mother and dad should. You're doing a great job. Tell us about her favorite books here.
So this one is actually a library book, and we can get it. We come to the library usually once a week. She knows that Fridays or Saturdays are her library days. And this one we've gotten every other time since we've been coming. And it's got Baa Baa, Black Sheep, Jack and Jill, Little Miss Muffet, Hey Diddle Diddle.
Yeah.
But Black Sheep, Have You Any Or is her favorite.
Oh yeah, she did tell me that. She told me that when she was in. Wonderful.
She also enjoys Little P. Little P's a story about Little P, Mama P, and Papa P. And Little P has to eat candy for dinner every night so that he can get his dessert, in this case, of spinach.
Yes. Oh, I know. Fun.
And this book we've been reading since she was baby. Every day, everywhere, babies are born. It talks about babies of every color, shape, size, different activities, different ways to feed them. She goes, Mama, I read the baby's book. So we pull out the baby's book and read it.
That's great. I'll have to do a plug here. We have these board books at the library, a whole 2 or 3 shelves of them, a lot of them, which are great for young children, because I know you don't want your baby to tear some pages in the library book, either your book or the library books or anybody. So we have a lot of these. I encourage you to come in and check them out. And this one will be out every other week. So come and get it when you can.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's great. You're just doing wonderful with her. She'll probably love reading. I think we'll see her for years and years at the library.
I hope so.
Yeah, good.
We talked about it. She said she wanted her own library card. So I don't know how old she's got to be to get her own.
She can get one. Yeah, it's 3, I think.
She said, "Me one card."
Well, good. That's great. Wonderful. We'll bring her in. We'll fix her up. That's no problem. Now, I know you have a family, which keeps you very busy, and a job, which keeps you very busy, your profession. But you're involved in some other things. I know you did Leadership Silicaga. Is that correct?
I was lucky enough to find out about Leadership Silicaga. And I was able to participate in it this very past year. Dr. Ted is just a great asset to this community. Dr. Ted Spears, in case you don't know, find him, meet him, he's wonderful. And Leadership Silicaga, if you don't know, is a group of generally professionals from the area that work and live around here. We were able to go around to the utilities department, the local government, the library, the hospital,
schools,
to be educated about the assets of our community. If you ever get down on Silicaga and think that it's not a great community, talk to somebody that's been through Leadership Silicaga. We can tell you that this is a fantastic community with lots and lots of assets and resources available to us.
It is, yeah. I've lived here my whole life, and I went through a few years ago and learned, yes, a lot of things I already knew about because I've lived here, but I learned so much and just met people to network with and just to have as friends. So
Right.
It's wonderful. Yeah.
And to meet like-minded people who are also invested in our community.
Yes.
It's a great resource. I'm
is.
so glad I got to go through.
Well, good.
I asked Dr. Ted if he would actually not let me graduate so that I could go again.
Well, I'm sure he would love that. I really enjoyed it. Once a month, one day a month. Field trips, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it myself. I'm glad you're able to be a part of it. Now, you were also, I said you were one of our summer reading sponsors. You're also involved with the Marble Festival. Tell us about your role and what y'all did.
Well, y'all just heard me talk about Dr. Ted.
Yeah.
So I like Dr. Ted. I wanted to find out a way to be around Dr. Ted more, to get that enthusiasm to rub off on me some more. And he said, I got a place for you. And he set me up with the Marble Maniac Committee. Yes. And we are the committee that does the scavenger hunts, the poster contest in the school. Myself, Ginger Clifton, Joan Blocker.
Glenda Rumsey, Hilladane Lewis. Yeah.
And so, fantastic group of ladies. I don't think he could have placed me anywhere better. They are all retired school teachers, though. So I'm the odd duck that is not a retired school teacher, not a school teacher at all. But I'm really excited about getting the poster contest going again this year. Marble Fest is not until April, but I think Dr. Ted only gave us about a month off. And then it was back to work.
The planning begins again.
Absolutely.
Yes. Y'all did a great job. The poster contest was open to all the area students, and we had the posters on display. Some really good posters.
We had some fantastic entries. We are trying to get a calendar together. Okay. Fingers crossed it'll be ready. I'm probably going to have to get some community sponsorships for it, but that's something that we're looking at the next month's what we're really going to work on.
That's good. I liked because the students had to know something about marble, about Sylacauga marble, how it's used, about it's used for art, it's used for industry. They had to be taught all of those things, and then put their, whatever they wanted to in a poster, but you could tell by what they put in the poster that they knew what they were talking about, and that's the goal of it, so that was fun.
And that's one of Dr. Ted's big things is how do we educate our community, our kids, how do we educate the world about this fabulous marble resource that we have here in Sylacauga?
I know. Well, it's a job, but I appreciate you taking on that part of it to let everybody know. Now, you're also involved in the Lions Club, which is a newly formed club.
Yes. I'm the secretary of the Sylacauga Lions Club. I was a charter member. We just got chartered back in November, I think, maybe October.
I think it was a while.
It's October and November. And we've been able to do a couple of service projects so far for the community. We've done some food drives out at the local Piggly Wiggly. We've got a fundraiser going on right now where on Thursday, July 28th, we'll have box lunches available at the Chamber of Commerce. $8 a piece, but they'll benefit our community.
Great.
And so you can actually purchase tickets right now at Coosa Pines Credit Union across the street from Walmart.
Okay, good. That's great. That should be a good meal.
Yes, it's Harvey's.
I have my ticket, so I'm excited about getting some of that. That's great. Now, the Lions Club, I know back some time ago I interviewed Kreger and talking about Helen Keller Insight. Lions Club kind of works with vision. See if I'm not really clear on all that. They're helping children be able to see, or children with vision problems.
Helping children be able to see, helping anyone be able to see. They tend to not provide that much assistance to people that do qualify for Medicaid, because those people are already able to get glasses.
Right, they're receiving assistance.
But to provide eye screening, to provide glasses for those that don't qualify for those services already.
That's great. That's a good project. And so y'all just been formed less than a year, working on getting new members, but you've had a good turnout though.
Yes, we had 30 members on the roll. I think we may be down to 28 this month, where people just didn't work with their schedule. But always recruiting, always looking for anybody that wants to be involved in their community and make a difference.
Right.
It's where Kreger is very insistent that we help, but only help where we're truly needed, so that every moment that we give makes a difference.
That's true. That's great. We're going to break for another commercial or two, and hope you'll join us. We're going to be talking a little bit more with Rachel Pinson.
In Alabama, finding a place you and your family will love comes naturally at any one of our beautiful state parks, where you can stay and play. Alabama state parks provide opportunities for adventure on the water, in the woods, and even just hanging around. Whether you want to explore the foothills of the Appalachians or wade into the warm waters of the Gulf, Alabama is a natural delight. To learn more, call 800-ALAPARK or visit alapark.com.
Hey Sylacauga, I'm Dr. Gina, and I want you to join me live every weeknight, Monday through Friday, right here on Channel 47 on the world's first social television show. And it's going to be all about you, whether it's presidential politics or Deflategate. If it's trending, we're going to be talking about it. I want you to join me live every Monday through Friday on Channel 47. Don't miss it. America Trends with Dr. Gina, Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. right here on Channel 47. See you then.
Hey y'all, Jim Green from TV47. You can now catch us on the internet. We're streaming live at TV47.tv. All of our great programming, whether it's Daybreak with Jimmy Dale, Matt Coulter, and Around the Track with Matt, or I'll be on with Coosa Valley Magazine, and a whole lot more too, right here at TV47, now at TV47.tv on the internet. Whatever device, you can watch us right there at TV47.tv.
Hello and welcome back to Library Connection. I'm Mandy Cantrell. I'm talking with Rachel Pinson, who is an attorney here in Sylacauga. She works with juvenile law. We've been talking about her family and the different activities Rachel's involved in. You've also joined the recently formed, is it Sylacauga Young Professionals? Do I have that correctly? I don't qualify as a young professional anymore.
You do.
I don't. No.
You do.
Well,
young is young at heart.
Oh, well, okay, maybe that's good. I'm glad to hear that.
If you can think of yourself as young, you are more than welcome.
Oh, well, good. I didn't know that. Great. Tell me about this. Y'all just met a time or two, haven't you?
We have Rocky Lucas, Summer Newman Ernest, and Lindsay Johns had the idea to start a Sylacauga Young Professionals group. Young professionals are all over. These groups are all over everywhere. Right. So they said, let's get one started in Sylacauga. I found out about it, went to the first meeting on a Thursday. We elected officers. You'd be surprised, but it was Rocky and Lindsay and Summer who we elected.
That's all right.
Also put 2 board members in. And then, so that meeting was on Thursday. 2 days later, on Saturday, we had an event behind the Firemaners Market and behind Odie's in the parking lot, blow up and inflatables and a band.
Oh, fun.
So that's, as far as I know, that's part of what Sylacauga Young Professionals will be doing, is putting on events for younger people with kids, people that live in the community, something to do locally. And then it's also set to be a service organization.
Oh, that's great.
Both to raise money for causes and to get our hands dirty, helping folks in need.
Helping the community. Yeah.
So it's not my baby, but I'm really excited to be a part of it.
That is great.
Watch it grow.
Nice, because there are a lot of young people, young professional people, married, small children maybe, or maybe single, working in their professions and needing to get together with others.
Yes.
Similar, very similar.
And it one of their main things they wanted to do was to make sure that the meetings are in the afternoon. So they've both been at 6:30. So that if you work in Birmingham but live here, it gives you time to get home.
Okay.
So it won't, the Lions meet at lunch, and a lot of people have issues getting off work to get to the lunch meeting, but the young professionals are meeting at night so that it can be accommodated.
Good. That's great. It's so nice to see more groups being formed to get more people involved in our community. And I know you have jumped right in there talking about Leadership Sylacauga and all of that, learning more about our community, I think. And now you moved back here after being in school. And so I know you said basically because it's where your husband got a job, which is great. Whatever brought you here, that's great.
Yeah. When I was 16 and stubborn and went to boarding school, after that I went to UAB and then to Tuscaloosa and back to Birmingham. So I was gone for 10 years. Okay. But when I left at 16, I said, I'm never coming back. You can't make me.
Yes, oh yes, yeah.
But this community is an asset. This community is fantastic. It is a great place to live. So I am excited to be back, but it's interesting how I got here. When Adam graduated from UAB with his master's, there were 2 job openings in the state. There was one in Childersburg and there was one in Selma. And I am very excited that Childersburg offered him that job 1 week before Selma did.
Yay, good. Oh, I know.
So we sat in Birmingham for a minute until we found a house that we wanted in Childersburg and moved on back. I got a job within a month of moving here. Great. I couldn't find a job in Birmingham, but within a month I had one in Talladega County. So
wow.
That was exciting for me.
Now, is that the job you have now, or did you later form your own practice?
I was in private practice with another group of attorneys in Talladega,
right.
And then I've been on my own since October of 2014.
Oh, that's great.
So
that's great.
It's scary to jump out on your own and start a new business, but luckily business has been good to me. I work hard to be a good attorney, and I've been rewarded. So I'm managing everything. Trying to be a one woman. I'm the receptionist. I'm the copy girl. I'm the one that's going to court, filing the motions. I do everything. I would like to expand and maybe bring on some help one day, but that's also scary.
Oh, I guess so. Very scary. A lot of years of study and on your own, but you're making it. You're doing great.
I enjoy it. I'm grateful to have a job that doesn't feel like a job most of the time. But I do have a second job.
Oh, what do you do?
I teach swim lessons.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And so if being a lawyer ever feels like a job, I've got my second outlet of swim lessons. I actually was teaching a 36-year-old man yesterday, and he said, I can't swim at all. Well, 30 minutes later, he could swim.
Oh, how neat.
So
fun.
got a pool in the backyard, and love. I'm a nice person when I'm in the pool.
Oh, all relaxed, everything, I bet.
Absolutely.
How fun. I bet it's quite different teaching an adult to swim than teaching a child.
It is, and I think it's better. Because if a child is afraid, it's hard to explain to them that their fear is irrational.
Oh, yeah. Yes, they don't. And even as adults sometimes, but yeah.
An adult, you can explain what's going on with the water and how everything is actually going to work, so that they can know it's easier for them to trust me and to trust the water. So I really enjoy teaching adults. If you're an adult that needs to swim, you can call the office number 2.
How neat. Is that something you've done a lot of, or just recently, or?
I've been teaching swim lessons since I was 15 years old.
Oh my goodness, really?
When I was 17 or 18, I got my water safety instructor certificate as a certified swim lesson instructor. Went through a good bit of training for that, but
oh my goodness,
love it.
That's great. So you still use that too?
I do.
Right now. That's great. Does your daughter swim, or she will be?
She figured out she could touch the bottom.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So where she was swimming probably 8 or 9 feet, now she goes, let me walk.
Oh,
just walk.
Oh, she's tall enough. She's tall enough to be able to stand up in the pool.
Just
sort of.
barely,
Yeah.
but yes.
Okay. Well, have fun. We have a lot of fun years with her left. Well, okay, we talked about the Lions Club, Leadership Sylacauga. Anything else you have seen that you love about Sylacauga? We've already told a lot of things. Dr. Ted Spears, you've been involved with him in different clubs and activities and things like that, and we're certainly glad you're here.
I love our marble. I love that we have a resource that is in the ground that no one can take away from Sylacauga. Yeah. And if we continue to extract it at the rate we are, we've got another 100 years of industry based just on what's in the ground in our hometown. So if sometimes we seem to forget about the marble, but you can't forget about it because it is Sylacauga.
It is. I know it was when I was young. I grew up here, and I remember knowing about it and having friends that lived out there. We would drive out there, and it's so nice. I appreciate what y'all are doing to promote that to children with the poster contest and everything. And Rachel, we're almost out of time, but I appreciate you being here with us. I know you're very busy in swimming lessons and law and court and
I got to run to court right now.
Got to run to court. Well, I won't keep you very long, but thank you so much for being a part of Sylacauga and helping us at the library and being involved. And thank you for joining us on Library Connection.